friends, welcome to our YouTube channel ABK Smart Study. Today we will discuss about the objectives of mechanical engineering and the subject is theory of machines. We will discuss the top 20 objectives of theory of machines. This is important for your upcoming exams such as UPSC, IAS exams, SSC Junior Engineering exams, RTO, AMVI Mains exams, also all types of technical exams. These questions are important. So let us start our part 1 of mechanical engineering theory of machine subject. So let us start with question 1. Question 1 is, in a slider crank mechanism, the maximum acceleration of slider is obtained when the crank is. Option are A, at the inner dead center position. Option B, at the outer dead center position. Option C, exactly midway between the two dead centers. And option D is slightly in advance of the midway position between the two dead centers. So in a slider crank mechanism, the maximum acceleration of slider is obtained when the crank is at the outer dead center position. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. In a multiplate clutch with N0 number of outer discs and Ni number of inner discs, the number of pairs of active surfaces is. So option A is Ni plus No, option B is Ni plus No plus 1, option C is Ni plus No minus 1, and option D is Ni plus N0 minus 2. So here the correct answer is option C. The number of active pairs surfaces is Ni plus N0 minus 1. So C is the correct answer. Next question. Two geared shafts A and B having moments of inertia Ia and Ib and angular acceleration alpha A and alpha V respectively are meshed together. B rotates at g times the speed of A. If the gearing efficiency of the two shafts is N, then in order to accelerate B, the torque which must be applied to A will be. So torque must be applied to A will be. Option is given Ia plus alpha A plus g square Ib alpha divided by N. Option B is g square Ia alpha A divided by N. Option C is g square Ia alpha A divided by N. And option D is g square Ib alpha B divided by N. So these questions are asked in IAS exam 1998. So here is the correct answer is option B, g square Ia alpha A divided by N is the torque which must be applied to A will be g square Ia alpha A divided by N. So option B is correct answer. Next question. Which of the following pair are correctly matched? 1. 4-bar chain, oscillating or oscillating converter, inertia governor, rate of change of engine speed, and hammer blow, reciprocating unbalance. So the options are option A 1 alone, option B 1, 2 and 3, option C 2 and 3, and option D 1 and 3. So here 1, 2 and 3 options are correct. 4-bar chain, oscillating or oscillating converter, inertia governor is rate of change of engine speed, and hammer blow is nothing but reciprocating unbalance. So These three are correct. Next question. Which of the following are the examples of kinematic change? Here the option 1 is given, option 2 and option 3 and 4. These are the four options. So here the correct answer is option D. Here the 4 1, 2 and 3 fours are the correct answers, are the kinematic change. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 are the kinematic change. In option 3, this is the elliptical tamel. Option 4 is 4-bar chain. Option 1 is the one chain, and option B is also a kinematic chain. So here 4 options are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next question. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Select the correct answer using the codes given below in the pairs. So here one is Whitworth quick return motion, and this is single-sided crank chain. Second, Oldham's coupling, it is 4-bar chain, this is wrong. And third is Scotch mechanism, it is double slider crank chain, this is correct, and this is correct. So here the correct answer is option C. 1 and 3 are the correct answers. Next question. In simple harmonic motion, with respect to the displacement vector, the positions of velocity vector and acceleration score will be respectively. Here options are given: 180 degree and 90 degree, option B 90 degree and 180 degree, option C 0 degree and 90 degree, and option D 90 degree and 0 degree. So here the correct answer is option B, 90 degree and 180 degree. Next question. When a slider moves with the velocity v on a link rotating at an angular speed of omega, the Coriolis component of acceleration is given by. So we know the Coriolis component of acceleration is nothing but 2 into velocity into angular velocity. So here is the options are given, and correct answer is option D. Coriolis component of acceleration is 2 into v into omega. Next question. The total number of instantaneous centers for a mechanism consisting of n links. So we know the options are given: A n by 2, this is wrong; B n, this is wrong; C n minus 1 by 2, this is wrong; and D n into n minus 1 by 2. So D is the correct answer, which indicates the instantaneous centers for a mechanism of n links. The option D is correct answer, n into n minus 1 divided by 2. Next question. Two links OA and OB are connected by a pin joint at O. So OA and OB are the two links connected at a pin joint at O. The link OA turns with angular velocity omega 1 radians per second in the clockwise direction, and the link OB turns with angular velocity omega 2 radians per second in the anti-clockwise direction. If the radius of the pin at O is r, then the rubbing velocity at pin joint O will be. So the rubbing velocity are calculating we are at joint O will be. Here the options are given. So here option C is the correct answer. Rubbing velocity at the pin joint O will be omega 1 plus omega 2 into radius r. So option C is the correct answer. Next question. In a cam drive, it is essential to offset the axis of a follower. 2. Here the options are given: decrease the side thrust between the follower and guide. Option B, decrease the wear between the follower and cam surface. Option C, take care of space limitation. And option D, reduce the cost. So in cam drive, it is essential to offset the axis of follower to decrease the wear between follower and cam surface. So option B is the right answer. Next question. The working surface above the pitch surface of the gear tooth is termed as. So working surface above the pitch surface of the gear tooth. Here the options are given: addendum, dedendum, flank and face. So here correct answer is D, face. Face is the surface above the pitch surface of the gear tooth, whichever we called face. Next question. In the case of flywheel, the maximum fluctuation of energy is the. So here the options are given. Maximum fluctuation of energy means sum of maximum and minimum energies. Option B, difference between the maximum and minimum energies. Option C, ratio of the maximum and minimum energy. And option D is ratio of the minimum and maximum energy. So in case of flywheel, the maximum fluctuation of energy is the difference between the maximum and minimum energies. So option B is the correct answer. Next question. Which one of the following figures representing Hooke's jointed inclined shaft system with result in a velocity ratio of unity? So velocity ratio is unity in figure 1, figure 2, figure 3 or figure 4. So here option A is the correct answer, which result in a velocity ratio of unity. Here alpha. So option A is the correct answer. Next question. Question number 15. Given that m is equal to mass of the ball of the governor, omega is equal to angular velocity of the governor, and g is equal to acceleration due to gravity. So the height of at governor is given by. So here four options are given: A, g upon 2 omega square, B is equal to g upon omega square, C is equal to under root of 2g upon omega square, and D is equal to 2g upon omega square. So here the correct answer is option B, g upon omega square is the height of the Watt's governor. Next question. Question number 16. Match the list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below in the list. So list 1 given: end thrust, no cage, more accurate entering, and can be overloaded. So end thrust is nothing but in tapered roller bearing, end thrust. No cage is in needle bearing, no cage. C, more accurate entering, in plain bearing. And D, can be overloaded. So ball bearing can be overloaded. So here option B, 4312 is the correct answer. Next question. For a given functional change of speed, if the displacement of the sleeve is high, then the governor is said to be. So for a given fractional change, the speed, so displacement of the sleeve is high, so the governor said to be sensitive. Option C is the correct answer. Next question. A 4-cylinder symmetrical inline engine is shown in the given figure. Reciprocating weights per cylinder are R1 and R2, and the corresponding angular disposition of the crank are alpha and beta. So which one of the following equations should be satisfied for its primary force balance? So option 4 are given. Option A is A1 tan alpha is equal to alpha 2 tan beta. Option B is cos alpha is equal to 1 half sec beta. Option C is R1 A1 sin 2A is equal to minus R2 A2 sin 2B. And option D is A1 cos A is equal to R2 cos B. So here the equation D, A1 cos A is equal to R2 cos B, should be satisfied for its primary force balance. A1 cos A is equal to R2 cos B is satisfied for primary force balance. Next question. In a multi-cylinder inline internal combustion engine, even number of cylinders in chosen so in multi-cylinder even number of cylinders is chosen because options are given. A. Uniform firing order is obtained. Option B. The couples are balanced. Option C. Primary forces are balanced. And option D. Secondary forces are balanced. So here the correct answer is primary forces are balanced. So in multi-cylinder inline internal combustion engine, even number of cylinder is chosen because of primary forces are balanced. So option C is the correct answer. And here is the last question of our video. The amplitude versus time curve of a damped free vibration is shown in the above figure. Curve labeled A is. So here the curve A means options are given: a logarithmic decrement curve, B an exponentially decreasing curve, C a hyperbolic curve, or D a linear curve. So here curve A is given. It is an exponentially decreasing curve for amplitude versus time curve of damped free vibration. So this curve is called an exponentially decreasing curve. So here option B is the correct answer. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe our video. Thank you.